I'm sure you guys have heard ESG on multiple occasions. Well, I should not be surprised if you hear the word ESG almost 10 times a day. That is why I'm saying ESG is the buzzword, and I'm not calling it the future, I'm calling it the present in India. Present in terms of where we as a country are headed, present in terms of how the corporates are expected to function, and present in terms of what kind of career opportunities can come up your way. Well, to dive deeper into ESG, what exactly does it stand for? E is for environmental factors, S is for social factors, and G is for corporate governance. In today's day and age, companies that focus only on the top line and companies that focus only on profits are somehow taking a backseat, and people are more concerned about what kind of an impact does a company have on the environment in which it functions. For example, is my manufacturing unit causing a lot of pollution? If yes, am I taking any steps to curb that pollution? Just a very simple example. If I have set up a manufacturing plant, or I have a showroom where goods are sold and goods are displayed, am I giving equal opportunities of employment to men, women and other people irrespective of their gender, sex, sexual orientation, the region where they come from, the language they speak? Am I an inclusive company which is giving diversity its due? And most important, am I a company that is following the corporate governance guidelines? Today, the focus has shifted from solely profits to the triple bottom line approach. Now, what is this triple bottom line approach? There are 3 P's that we talk about: profits, of course, then people, and the planet. The planet that we inhabit, what kind of an impact have we created on the planet that we inhabit? Let's take a very simple example. Back in the day when the Mumbai metro shed was getting constructed, the idea was to construct it near RA. Now RA is a protected forest area within the heart of the city. And a lot of people say that it could be, like the lungs of that city, which is already so overcrowded and overpolluted. The idea was to set up a metro shed in RA. Now, when this proposal was brought up, the question was there would be deforestation, or a lot of trees would be cut in order to set up this metro shed. Now, you know that the local trains are lifeline of Mumbai, but with the amount of population and the pressure that Mumbai faces, only local trains and buses are not enough anymore. You need metro connectivity in the city in order to make commute bearable. So that was a requirement. Setting up metro was a requirement, but not harming the given environment was also a requirement. Of course, it weighed in the balance for very long, and we all know how it went. But it was heartening to see that finally people were talking about the environmental impact of a particular activity. Now, I'm sure when you work, I'm sure some of you are working, some of you will be working in the near future. What kind of a workplace would you enjoy? Would you like working in a place which is restrictive, which does not honor you for who you are, or it brings in people from different walks of life and does not discriminate between them on the grounds of the different factors that we mentioned? So inclusion at workplace has become the new norm. How you treat people, how do you value your human resources has truly become the most significant part. And corporate governance. Corporate governance in simple words is how exactly do we run the business? Do we run it in an ethical, appropriate manner, or are we guided solely by profit objectives? Now, when all of these factors are brought into discussion, the way businesses are done is also changing. People more than ever before are aware of the environmental, social and corporate governance impact of their activities. Now, because of that, the job roles have also started changing. The way you have your CIBIL score, which is a summary of have you been a good borrower. What does the CIBIL score talk about? It basically tells, have you made the repayments on time? How many loans are running in your name? Are you someone who has made a default? All of these are put together and you get a score which talks about your credit worthiness, which is called the CIBIL score. Similarly, all companies right now are also in the process of getting an ESG score. Now, naturally, the rating, the score calculation is done by approved agencies. But I believe that the day is not far when all companies would need to have an ESG rating done, an ESG score done. And because of that, just imagine the number of jobs that have been created. Today, in the day of sustainable energy, in the day of more inclusion at workplace, you would need people who are experts in this. Now, a chartered accountant or an ACCA or a CFA is an expert in auditing, in accounting, in finance, but what about the environmental, social and corporate governance impact of these activities? You would need professionals who are experts in this, experts in assessing the environmental impact of your organization, something as simple as what is the amount of greenhouse gases that you have released and what are the activities that you are doing in order to minimize the impact of the greenhouse gas emission on the world around you. All of these factors will go a very long way in establishing what kind of a business is going to make an impact, what kind of a business is going to be successful, and what kind of a business is going to thrive. So ESG, the background to which I explained, is slowly and surely becoming the go-to professional when it comes to all of these activities. And you would be remiss in your thinking if you just believe that this is one of those passing fancies where there is a certain addiction or a certain excitement for a new curriculum or a new idea that comes up and it fades away in a couple of months or years. No, this is where most of you could be wrong. ESG is here to stay. The environmental impact of your business activities is getting assessed and identified more than ever before. So, if you are looking out for an interesting and rewarding career and do not want to go down the typical traditional route of costing and auditing and taxation and all of these aspects, then ESG could be a very rewarding career for you. There are a lot of roles that are available for freshers also and for experienced professionals. All you have to do is open your LinkedIn account and just type ESG jobs and you will see the number of jobs that are there. Just go to your Naukri account and type ESG jobs. You will get a whole list of job opportunities that are there for ESG professionals. So this is the present and definitely a very rock solid future. So if you're looking out for building a beautiful and rewarding career in the field, ESG could be your answer. And what's more, Plutus Education is also launching its own ESG certification very soon. Stay tuned for more details and do let us know in the comment section what would you like to hear next.